Okay, hi all of you. Welcome to Quant Masters. I'm Himanshu, and today we have Mr. Harsh who's with us. The best part about this interview is he's not a part of Quant Masters. He has approached us saying that I would like to share my interview experience so that it helps a lot of people. I would like to share my experience so that many people who watch this video would benefit out of it, and hopefully many people also will get selected. That's a really noble act of yours, Mr. Harsh. Really great. Thank you so much for approaching and salute to this act of yours. Give it up.
Thank you very much. Yeah. Uh,
Uh-huh.
this this occurred to me because I thought that many people, I even myself, sometimes thought that okay, I need some of the guidance from the people. So
Mm-hmm.
it may be best that if some of the juniors may be able to get help from me.
Okay. So, Harsh, before we start off with the interview experience, I would like to know which branch you're from, which college, which state you're from, more details about you.
So as you know, my name, this is Harsh
Ah,
Agarwal.
hmm.
So I belong to the Ghaziabad, recently been
Okay.
shifted here in the
Okay.
Uttar Pradesh, and my
Okay.
college is in the VIT, that is the VIT
Okay.
University with the branch of the Bhopal.
Hmm. Okay.
I belong to the computer science background.
Hmm.
Currently, I'm in the fourth year of the college, so being a fresher of it.
Oh, wow. Super. Okay. So now I would also like to ask you that you have been placed in a company that is Citi Bank with a package of 18 LPA is what you mentioned. Can you talk more about the designation? Which technology will you be working into if they have informed anything about it?
So they have provide the job description about the same.
Hmm,
So basically, they have a multiple roles opening.
hmm,
They are opening for across the world in the global team of them, a
hmm,
technological team they have. So they are hiring across the world. I
hmm.
think 10 to 15 countries they are hiring,
Okay.
in which the India is one of the part. They are
Hmm,
up to my information, they are hiring for the three branches. First one the
hmm,
Bangalore, second one the
hmm,
Pune, and the third one was the Chennai.
hmm.
I got selected in the Pune one.
Okay.
This is what I have known. Maybe it's possible that some
Hmm,
of the branches may be open soon, so they need the requirements.
okay.
One of the things is that they have multiple openings. So
Hmm,
whether you belong to cloud, you belong
hmm,
to Java, or are you a developer,
hmm,
basically they are okay with everything.
hmm,
They have the requirement of the developer so much that
hmm,
they are okay to have the developer firstly, and
hmm.
then the cloud and all this type of the thing is okay to them.
Okay. Was this an on-campus drive or an off-campus drive?
It was an on-campus drive.
On-campus drive. Okay. So any idea of how many people participated in this company?
I guess 600 to 700 people.
600 to 700. And most of these people have this dilemma, okay, saying that Citibank is more into banking sector, so they would select more of MBA students or BBA students. Okay. But this time for your college, they have come and selected engineering students, right?
Hmm.
Which means what I'm trying to tell here is even if banking sector is there, they are recruiting engineering students and they are providing jobs in technological domains itself.
Yeah, recently ICICI Lombard has also come our college. So they have
Okay.
recruited 20 people
Okay.
out of 900. So
Okay.
the companies do provide some of the technological, they need some of the technological people. So this is
Hmm.
one of the greatest aspect about them. One
Okay.
thing, if you have the financial knowledge, it will
Hmm.
be a plus point for the banking systems.
Hmm.
Take an example for mine. I have the research paper of the credit loan prediction using the
Hmm.
machine learning. So this
Okay.
proved worthy for me in
Oh,
terms of the banking system.
correct. Obviously, it will definitely have a feather on the cap if you have banking related internships in a banking interview.
Yeah, it will definitely add on.
Right, 100%. Good, good. Did you do this internship knowing that that company will come to your college, or you just had done it?
It's not the internship, it's the project which I have done.
Okay.
Then I have
Uh-huh.
written the research paper upon the same. It's the survey article which I have written it down.
Okay.
It is
So
under the review currently right now.
okay, so whatever article that you have written on the survey article, did
Mhm.
you keep in mind that there are banking companies which are going to come to our college? That is why let me do it, or was it out of interest that you have pursued it?
It was out of the interest which I did it.
Okay.
I don't have any type of the banking companies will be coming to our college. I
Okay.
don't have such things in my mind.
But I think we could actually give one help to all the people watching is first get to know which are the companies coming to your college from your seniors. Okay, which sector are they coming? Suppose if I was your junior, and
Mhm.
I get to know that my seniors are getting into banking sectors. So what I
Mhm.
would do is I know that the same company are going to come for me also, being your junior.
Mhm.
Correct. So probability of me getting placed in your company would be a bit higher, even if I do projects or internships or survey articles in banking sector, because I know that the companies are coming from banking
Mhm.
sector to my college.
If you basically the thing being, if you target upon the banking system,
Huh.
basically the technology, so you will need firstly the financial knowledge,
Hmm.
along with that the technological stuff.
Correct. Correct.
If you just in my college there are so many plenty of companies which will come, so
Hmm.
it doesn't have a good approach to have only targeting of the banking companies. Take an
Hmm.
example, PwC, Deloitte,
Hmm.
they all
Hmm.
come. So
Hmm.
focus upon one area. Take an example, AWS
Hmm.
on the cloud. On the machine learning, you can go to machine learning is itself is a wide subject. If you want to go deep dive into it, you can have an algorithm which you have a command on.
Hmm.
So deep dive into it, make your resume based upon that, and
Hmm.
then go for the companies and select the and approach for
Hmm.
this type of company. One of my junior has the profile of the project management.
Hmm.
I know whenever the companies will come, he will directly hit upon the project management side of the companies,
Hmm.
and definitely he will be able to get it out.
Okay, okay. Yeah, that is what. So one advice is get to know from your seniors or get to know from your placement department which type of companies are coming, and work on that specially. Now, if companies are focusing on cloud computing in your college, see through it that you do AWS certification. If banking sectors are coming, see through it that you do financial related courses also. Am I right? Try to do as much as possible, but see to it that you prioritize and then do it. It's not
Mhm.
that just that you do financial, try to do even other certifications also. But
Absolutely.
first, but first focus on the companies which are coming to your college, because probability of you facing the same companies will be higher.
Hmm. Absolutely.
Correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. So now, Mr. Harsh, we'll get into the this one campus drive experience of yours. So when did Citibank come to your college? Which day did they come and conduct the first round?
So we got the official notification that the Citibank will be coming to our college at the
Hmm.
14th of September. Right.
14 September 2022.
Yeah. We filled
Okay.
out the form.
Huh.
It was a long form.
Huh.
Uh, Different type of the details we have to be asked.
Hmm.
We filled it out approximately 15 to 20 minutes it will take.
Hmm.
After that, we got the short listing
Hmm.
based upon the resume. So
Oh, okay. So
uh,
they're
this,
checking the resumes and then they're shortlisting it,
yeah,
shortlisting the profiles. No initial cutoff percentage eligibility.
there were the eligibility. So
Huh.
the eligibility for them is based upon the 10th, 12th, and the current CGPA, which is
Okay.
being provided by the by you as per the
Okay.
details. So
Okay.
I guess for the Citibank, I meet all the eligibility criteria which is being
Hmm.
provided.
Hmm.
Let me show it. Let me tell it to you.
Hmm.
10th and 12th, I guess it's 6 CGPA or the 60%, whatever is the requirement. In
Hmm.
the pursuing degree, we need to have the 60% or the 6 CGPA, we can say that.
Okay. Okay.
So I guess a majority of the people will be able to cope up with the.
Yeah,
Uh,
because 6 CGPA is not that tough also, am I right?
hmm, hmm.
Maximum people can handle. Okay, so if you have 6 CGPA and above in 10, 12, and then in your engineering, you will
Hmm.
be allowed to take up and fill the form.
Yeah,
And based on that form that you fill and the resume that you present,
hmm,
based on that, they are going to screen you in or screen you out.
yeah. Generally, I guess if 700 people are going in a trial,
Hmm.
50% of them will be able to get into the examination round.
Okay.
So the examination round, it was one short of the round.
Okay.
It was done by the Aon,
Huh.
right? Aon platform out there. So
Hmm.
we have to do four parts of it. The first
Hmm.
one was the quants. then the English, some of the reasoning stuff was also there. And then we have two coding questions. The first one based upon the patterns, and the second one, I guess, is string. I am not sure about the second question, but the first one was definitely because I solved it out. So it was the pattern recognition. There was a pattern given, and we need to make it out.
Okay. So because generally now you're placed in with a package of 18 LPF, which is quite good. Whenever their package is quite higher, companies tend to focus more on technical than the aptitude. But I'm quite surprised to know that with 18 LPA, with such a good package, they even focused on aptitude also.
Many people, many companies, take an example, PwC, they focuses highly on the aptitude. So aptitude is a must. If a person does aptitude, definitely he will be able to cope up majority of the companies. Though the technological codings and all is very important also.
Okay. So, which means no matter it's a product-based company or a service-based company, a package of 3 LPA or 18 LPA, you have to be good at aptitude is what you're trying to say.
Aptitude is the basic crux. Even the TCS at the 3.5 LPA will be also having the quants in their examination.
Correct. Yeah.
It will be approximately the same quants which is being asked in the 3.5 LPA, 18 LPA, or the 46 LPA.
Correct.
So
no, do not ignore quants if you're even trying for product-based companies, is the moral of the story.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. So next question coming, you told that first round you had quant, you had verbal, you had logical, and you had 2 programs. This was about the first round. So you mentioned that out of 700, 50%, approximately 300 people took up the written test.
Yeah, out of which I guess 45 in the Chennai, and the rest, total 100 people will be was there who got the invitation for the pre-placement talk, which is being occurred after the online test, and all the pre-placement talk people will be going for the interview.
1 second now. So 350 people took up the exam, approximately 350 people took up the exam. Out of these 350, you're trying to say that 100 people got shortlisted.
Yeah.
And then they went for pre-placement talk.
Yeah.
Okay. Now my question to you is, in the first round, you had 4 sections that you mentioned: quant, verbal, logical, and technical. Technical, you told that one was on pattern recognition and one you're not able to recollect. How was the level of difficulty with respect to coding? Was it easy? Was it medium? Was it tough? Or if you're like, if we prepare well, we will be able to crack it?
The pattern was, I can say it was quite hard. If you don't know about it, you will not be able to complete it out. The second one, I guess it was of the DSA. Maybe some of the map question was there. So I'm assuming that it was a tough one. That's why I was not able to do that. Though I prefer you do one coding, one question per day. I can buy the lead code or any such type of the program, like platforms is available in the plenty in the, we can say, internet. So if we can do that one question one day, definitely it will be going to help you out.
Okay, I'll come about this preparation of yours, how you prepare later. But right now, I'm trying to find out what was the level of difficulty. I'm trying to try to get concepts on which the questions were asked. Okay, so understood. So technical, you mean to say it was not that easy. Neither was it a bit medium, but it was a bit challenging. So you have to practice every day, at least one program every day is what you're trying to say.
Yeah, exactly. The level of the question is medium to hard.
Hard. And 2 questions, how many minutes did you get to solve both the questions?
I guess 90 minutes.
90 minutes, which means 45 minutes on an average for each question.
Yeah.
Okay. Now coming to quant part, how is the quant section? How many questions, how many minutes, if you could recollect?
90 minutes was given to only the coding. Rest of the 90 minutes is being given to all the 3 sections.
Okay. So 30 minutes, 30 minutes, and 30 minutes for verbal, logical, and quant. And how many questions were there in quant?
I'm not able to recollect. I guess 18 to 20 questions.
18 to 20 questions. Were you able to solve it in that time frame easily? Was it manageable?
See, if I find out that this question is quite tough, it will consume out my time. I generally leave it out. If I able to okay, this question is approachable, I can do it in 1.5 minutes. Then I go it out.
Okay, you do it. Okay. Okay.
The
So
thing is, we need to do the cutoff of each section.
okay.
So it's my general approach. I don't know whatever the Citi Bank has done, but generally the platforms, they calculate it by the use of the general section. If you leave one section now, you will not be able to cope out, no matter how best you do in the other sections.
Yeah, because of sectional cutoff. So they require you to score a minimum marks or percentage in every section.
Yeah, exactly.
So in quant, how many questions did you leave or you felt you have left out of 18 to 20?
I guess 3 to 4 question maximum.
Okay. Okay. So
Because 15
remaining all,
question, yeah, 15 question in 30 minutes is, it's okay. It's approachable.
Correct. So this was quant. Do you remember from which concepts they had asked questions on in quant?
I guess they asked like pattern recognition, one of the things. Circular, there were the questions of the 7 or 8 people are sitting in a circle. Direction
Seating
based questions.
arrangements.
Yeah, sitting arrangements. The direction based questions. Right.
That
These
comes
people,
under logical. That comes under logical, right? Or it came under quant.
it's not like they have a mixture of it.
Okay, they had a mixture. Okay.
So
So circular arrangement was asked. Questions on directions were asked.
yeah, the general type of the cons, whichever is being there, they ask you directly it out. Because generally,
Percentage, profit loss.
yeah, generally what happens is if they provide the Aeon's platform, right? Whatever the questions is being given by the Aeon, they generally take it out and directly put it out. So they have nothing to do with the questions. They just look it out how many people got selected by the cutoff.
Okay. Now, my question is in the quants part. Now, if I am a student and I'm preparing for Citibank. Okay. So if I have to prepare for quant, important topics which I need to focus mainly on would be which topics? One is you told seating arrangements they need to focus on, directions they need to focus on. Any other topics which you could recollect from which you had received questions?
I'm not able to recollect exactly, but on a general perspective, do the profit and loss questions, right? Some of the questions is based upon the numerical maths, like the train is going from this direction to this, and another train is
Oh,
going.
problems on trains was asked. That is time, speed, distance questions was asked. What about time and work? He can do
I
it in so
generally
many
don't.
days. Okay.
I generally don't like them, but whatever the time I saw them, I generally leave them. Okay, this is one question I don't want to do that.
Okay. What about blood relations, coding, decoding?
Blood relation, it's very important. Blood relations, it's very important for the placement perspective, right? We need to do that very much.
Okay, so basically putting everything in one platter, I would say that, go through all the chapters and you might expect questions from any chapter. Let it be profit
Exactly.
loss, percentage, blood relations, coding, decoding, directions, seating arrangements, anything they can ask you. But how is the level of difficulty with respect to quant logical?
Easy to medium.
Easy to medium. It wasn't that tough also.
It was not.
We can solve it in the given time frame.
Yeah, exactly. We can solve it out in the given
time frame. And what about verbal? From verbal written English, what type of questions were asked?
There were the questions which was, I guess, fill in the blanks type of the question.
Okay.
A and such type of things we need to do it out.
Articles. A and okay. Okay.
Unseen passages were there. We need to fill it out.
Huh.
Some of the jumble questions were also there. We need
jumble
to
statements. Yeah. Okay.
I guess jumble statements was only one or two. There were not so many. But yeah, it is best to have a practice of all this type of stuff.
What about synonyms and antonyms, opposite words, same words, meaning, those type of questions?
They generally come under the unseen passage and Citi Bank, whatever I've seen.
Okay.
Maybe they can come stating that, okay, this is the word. Please make out the antonym or synonym of it.
Okay.
If you are able to do that, then definitely it's fine for you.
Okay. So what about idioms and phrases? Questions were asked on idioms and phrases. They give one phrase and ask you what is the meaning of this phrase.
I guess no.
No, they don't. So basically, they focus more on reading comprehension, parajumbles. They
Hmm.
focus on articles.
Hmm.
This was the main areas. And how was the level of difficulty with respect to verbal? Was it easy, medium, tough?
Medium to hard.
Medium to hard, which means verbal was a bit tougher compared to logical and quant.
See, for the verbal, I guess we have to denote some of the time to read out the questions.
Hmm.
For quants, we can do it, but we can assume it out that, okay, this thing cannot be done. But for the verbal, we need to read out the particular passage or particular question. So it takes a little bit of the time.
And one more thing
However,
which
it's
I've
achievable.
noticed, I have noticed one more thing with respect to verbal, especially. Okay, we read the question, we see four options, and we feel sometimes we feel all the four options is somewhere near to the answer. Am I right?
Exactly,
And
exactly.
correct, and we do not know which is the right answer. Even for option A is right, I'm feeling even option B is right. Which one to choose? Which is more nearer to the answer? There's a heavy confusion with respect to verbal part, right? Or did you also face the same thing,
Yeah,
Harsh?
I faced such type of the issue. I
Huh.
generally have a clear approach about it. If I
Hmm.
have ambiguity between two type of the option, I
Hmm.
skip it.
Why do you skip? Are there negative marking in that?
No, there isn't any negative marking, but
Huh.
generally what I generally observe, we can say no. I
Hmm.
generally observe that whoever,
Hmm.
like we can say, it's an Hindi word, tukka
Hmm.
lagana.
हाँ तुक्का लगाना guessing it.
Guessing, yeah, it's
हाँ
exactly
हाँ
guessing. So
हाँ.
whosoever has done the guessing, they are not able to cope out. It's a
Okay.
general observation of mine in every
Okay.
company.
Okay.
Generally, they don't say that negative marking is not there, but generally they do count. The platforms may count it out that, okay, this
Why
person
to
is
take the
guessing it
risk?
out.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hmm. Okay. Who knows? The internally they would have negative marking. They would have
Mhm.
just shown you the positive marks. You never know what the company is up to.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, good, good. Mr. Harsh, okay, so I got an overview of verbal, technical, logical, and quant. So this was the first round, and out of 350 students, 100 people approximately got selected, and then you people attended the pre-placement talk.
Hmm. Exactly.
Okay, so all this happened on 15th of September, 14th September,
It-
2022.
No, the only, I guess, notification was given at 14th of September.
Hmm,
After some time, we got the invitation for the paper.
hmm,
Later on,
hmm.
I guess on the 17th of September, we got the pre-placement talk.
Okay.
Uh, Pre-placement talk was on, I guess, Zoom. Yeah, it was on
Okay.
the Zoom.
Hmm,
Because I got a wrong meeting link, so they
hmm.
recollected it and then sent it out.
Okay.
One tip here I would like to give it to you.
Hmm,
Please ask the question in the pre-placement talk.
hmm,
If you don't ask the question, it's fine. But if you ask the question, they will have a next level of impact of yours. Maybe the interviewer is present in the pre-placement talk and he might be fascinated. He have a gear up for you. So
hmm.
it's one of the thing.
For example, what type of questions?
Whatever I do have some of the set of the question I generally ask to every type of the company.
Hmm,
Uh, how is the business going on despite the COVID-19 or the war is or the different type of the circumstances? This is one of the
hmm,
question I can generally ask to anyone.
hmm,
A second one can be what are the technological stacks you are working on.
hmm,
Do you require the since my profile have the AWS Cloud Practitioner certificate? So do you have the requirement of the uh,
hmm,
AWS practitioner? Along with
hmm,
that, I do ask them that since the companies are moving to cloud, so
hmm,
which type of the server or which
hmm,
type of the server provider are you using? Are you using the Google Cloud? Are you using the
hmm,
AWS Cloud
hmm.
or the Azure one?
Okay.
So these are the some of the 3 to 4 questions I generally ask them.
Okay. For example, I just remembered one. Okay. When I asked you, I remembered once asking, suppose I asked in the pre-placement talk that, on which technology are you people going to train us on? Or if they themselves have mentioned us that, what, we are going to train you on AWS.
Hmm.
And they've already mentioned in the pre-placement, and me going and asking the same question in
Does
interview
not make sense.
won't make, in fact, it might create a negative impact saying that this person has not focused properly in the pre-placement talk.
Exactly. They may find it out. So if please read out the JDs, whatever is
Hmm,
being given, and then frame your question accordingly.
Accordingly. Correct. Okay. Understood. So after the pre-placement talk, yeah, you wanted to say something?
Yeah, I just want to frame one of the thing is that many people ask the silly questions,
Like,
right? One of the thing is Citibank was not able to cope up with all many type of the basically the platform which they have been making out. They were not
hmm,
able. Some of the people got the difficulty, specifically the internship one.
hmm,
For it was for the third year people. Third year people got the internship in the Citibank. So
hmm,
they were having the difficulty in the examination. The
hmm,
portal was lagging.
hmm,
In that case, please don't say it again and again to the panel, right?
hmm.
They get frustrated because of it. Such
Correct,
type
correct.
of
I
the
mean,
thing, please ignore it.
hmm. No, not only them, any company, this is common sense. Any company that you're applying, you should try to be as positive as possible, as optimistic as possible, rather than cribbing on the same difficulties which you have got because of them. And you go and report it to them, they will also get more and more frustrated listening to it.
Exactly.
Correct. Okay. Understood. Anything else you would like to add, or shall we move on to the next part?
One thing, please dress properly, and
Hmm.
whenever possible, open up your camera.
Okay.
Many a times, people just don't open up their
Hmm.
cameras.
Hmm.
So it's a best practice to dress properly and
Hmm.
then open up the camera.
Correct.
It's a
It's always better to be visible in the HR. You know, when the HR is talking, you be visible. What happens is, if you get a chance to visit the same HR in the interview, that HR will recognize you. And at the back of his or her mind, she'll be like, this guy was listening to me carefully. Okay, so let me be at least a bit nice with him. That positive impression will be created if you open your video, if you showcase your video and listen to them, respond to them if possible. Am I right?
Yeah, exactly.
Hmm.
Whenever possible, show them that you are taking down the notes.
Correct.
Uh,
Correct.
it's one of the
Nice.
major important thing.
Very important factors. Yes, right, right. And even in the interview, they can highlight the same thing. Like, sir, you had mentioned about these points which I have understood, which shows that this the HR would feel that okay, this fellow has heard so carefully and he has made a note of it, or he still remembers it, which is great. That again creates a positive impression,
Exactly.
right? Okay, so understood, Mr. Harsh. Still here after the pre-placement talk, what was the next round which you encountered?
It was directly the interview.
Technical interview or the HR interview or the MR interview.
See, there were three interviews scheduled, which is
Okay.
on the same day.
Huh.
The first one, it was kind of a techno HR interview.
Technical HR. Okay. Huh.
Second one, the vice president of one of the group in the
Huh.
city will come to you and have
Huh.
so it's kind of a techno MR interview.
Okay. Okay.
The
Okay.
third one is directly the HR interview. It's quite simple.
Okay. Okay. Understood. So basically, you have tech plus HR first, then you have tech plus MR, and then you have HR.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's talk about each round. How was the tech plus HR interview? How did it go? What were the type of questions asked?
So my interview started at 11 a.m. It was a 30
Which
minute
platform was it conducted?
Zoom.
Zoom itself. All the three rounds were conducted in Zoom.
Yeah, all the three
Okay.
were
Huh.
basically the last round. It was
Hmm.
not scheduled for me because the Citibank has planned basically that
Hmm.
they have to complete all the interviews in one day. So they
Okay.
are not conducted for the Pune branches. I was selected for the Pune. So
Okay.
they did not make the interview of the HR uh, in the Pune branch. However, they
Okay.
made it for the Chennai branch.
Hmm.
I asked them about the HR questions. So, like for some of my friends, so they
Hmm.
asked, so they generally tell me that it's normally tell me about yourself. How do you know about us?
Hmm.
The city blank. Do you know something about? Do you have any question for us? This was the third round. It
Hmm.
was quite simple. Four questions, direct questions. Easily you
Hmm.
can crack it out.
Okay. So
First
this
and
was asked to you. This was not asked to you.
this was not asked to me. This was
Okay.
the third round, which has not been done for me. Only first
Hmm.
and second round is being done for me.
Okay. Okay.
For the first round,
Hmm.
Shweta ma'am was there.
Hmm.
She was very cooperative to me.
Hmm.
Uh, I greeted her
Hmm.
very frankly, and then we had a chit chat. Then
Hmm.
she started over the interview.
Hmm.
I told her about myself, right?
Hmm.
Uh, Being myself, it's quite important in the interviews. If you don't to have the guts of being yourself, then you can't do that. So
Correct.
I tried it best to be myself. Whatever I am, I will show it out to them.
Okay.
They asked me to introduce myself. I introduced it myself, and then I landed directly upon my projects and the internships, whatever I have done. I demonstrated it them how generally it's an art how to demonstrate your projects in front of them. Firstly, go for the problem statement. Then go for the whatever the things you need to require. Show them some of the presentations or some of the videos which you have created, and then show them the demonstration of whatever is being done. After that, go for the codes.
Okay.
Right. If you have the research paper or something written as a proof, show it out to them.
Okay.
Generally, this is my approach. If our interview is going for 2 hours, right? I take it the internship part or the project part. I take it around 30 minutes.
Okay. Okay.
Rest of the 90 minutes, I make it upon the one-on-one myself. So
Okay.
one-fourth of the part I completed it now. They are directly under myself. So this is one of the lead which I can create if I have a great, if I have done pre-practice upon the projects or the internships, right?
Okay.
So if I have done such type of the thing, please show out to them, right? I have done it out. I presented it them for 20 minutes out of 30 minutes. So majority of the part is being done by of mine is being done in such a way. Some of the people have not done this. So see, there are two approaches to the interview is asking. I consider the interviewer as a baby who is going to listen your story. You're not able to listen, show them your story. They will gonna ask the story from themselves. It will be quite difficult for you. So if you are able to modify the story and show them that okay, this is my story, it's completely fine to them, and they're gonna plus point to you.
Okay, understood. Yeah. So basically, they asked you, you explained about your project, and then you spoke about yourself in the first round of the interview round, that is the technical and HR combined.
The HR question which the ma'am asked, it was quite simple. She asked me about the scenario-based questions.
Okay.
Take an example that if one of the you have a deadline coming and you have a shortage of the persons in your group, how will you deal out with that?
Okay, situation-based questions.
Yeah, situation-based. Second one was that take an example that you are when tell me an example when you have faced an issue in submitting a project and you have delayed it down. So I answered about it. So this type of the questions they ask directly, it's quite and simple. You can directly research it out and it's easy to find, crack it out.
Okay. And what about the technical? Sorry. Yeah, please continue.
Okay. After that, I asked her how, what about my interview? How was it? I asked about the feedback. She had a parameter out of 5. They were judging out on the basis of the innovation in the questions, communications, technologies, and some others which I don't know.
Okay.
So they were judging it out of the basis of 5. Overall, I was rated 3 or 4. 3 to 3, let's suppose 3.5. So if I get 2.5 or more, then I will be able to go to next round.
Okay. Okay.
So this is the internal judging they are doing.
Okay, understood. So did they ask any technical questions in that first round of interview?
Since I showed them different type of the technological stacks, whatever I have done, so they don't consider that.
Okay.
They assume that, okay, I have a required knowledge.
And they were like, okay, this guy has all the proof evidences and he has done it. So let us not waste our time asking him more and more questions on technical.
Exactly.
Okay,
This occurred to me samely in the second round also.
So second round was MR plus technical.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
The same way I go there, I introduce myself. Then
so all this happened online
Yeah, all this
Okay.
happened online.
Huh.
So I introduced myself, then I showed them the project.
Hmm.
This one went to about 25 minutes. They
Okay.
asked me some of the questions like what are the data sets being used in
Hmm.
the project,
Hmm.
how you publish it out, what is
Hmm.
the scope, different type of the questions depending upon the project. So
Hmm.
make sure that you have a great project, you
Hmm.
do complete work with the honesty, because if they're
Okay.
gonna ask you the questions, you should
Hmm.
be able to answer that.
Okay. Understood.
This is one thing. After that,
Huh.
he asked me which type of the work I should like to work. Right.
Hmm.
Then I guess one or two more questions was there. I need to
Which were
find out.
quite general
Yeah,
questions.
quite general. Where are you from and whatever the things.
Okay. So this was about the 2 rounds out of the 3 rounds which you faced. After
Mhm.
this, what happened? After you
After
finished the
this,
second round. Huh.
okay. So after this, I waited for the third round, but hopefully this was not happen. And in the morning of the next, yes, like tomorrow, okay,
Hmm.
the next day, the result came out.
Hmm.
So 27 people out of the 700 people got selected from the Citi Bank.
So that's around 3.5% approximately.
Hmm.
Yeah.
The general trend is if 100 people are applying,
Hmm.
10 people will be, a company will hire 10 people.
But this is even less, 3.5%
In this
out of
case, the 10,
100%.
yeah, they have the
Yeah. So,
requirement.
hmm.
In general, I assume that 10% people, they will be gonna hire.
So here I would like to say that if you want to get selected in Citibank with package as good as 18 LPA, you have to be in the top 4 to 5% of the students to higher your chance of getting selected.
Yeah, exactly.
Hmm.
I assume that they don't have a number in their mind. Whatever the
Hmm. Students
person,
are good, they will take it.
yeah, exactly.
Okay, okay. How can you say this that if students are good, they will take it, they don't have an exact number? Did they mention this in the pre-placement?
No, they doesn't mention it out. Some of the companies like PwC,
Hmm.
they have a good approach that okay, they will utilize all the talent they have.
Hmm. Hmm.
They just want the person who meets the
Hmm.
requirement,
Hmm.
who have the desire to learn. Show them the
Okay.
enthusiasm, and they will be able to hire you. Some
Okay.
of the companies like Hindustan Unilever is also there. They
Hmm.
hire only four. They told us initially that we will be gonna hire only 4 people.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
So in that sense, you cannot predict that how many people they are gonna hire.
Higher, right, right. Okay. So anything else now before? So this was your interview experience that you shared, Mr. Harsh. Thank you so much. Now, before we end this video, any tips, techniques that you would like to advise to all the people preparing for this Citibank company with 18 LPA as a software engineer? Am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah, as a software engineer, any tips, any techniques, any advice, any suggestions that you would like to give?
First one, make your
Huh,
resume
huh,
as good as you can.
hmm,
Right. Make the ATS above 40 minimum.
okay.
It's the minimum eligibility. Like, okay, you can have the ATS as much as you can, but minimally take it beyond 40.
What beyond 40? I didn't get you.
ATS have the scope of okay 40 to 100%. Right.
Okay.
Means
What is
0 to
ATS
100.
if may I ask what is ATS?
ATS check. The generally what happens, the
Huh.
companies don't screen out your resume by themselves.
Hmm.
They directly put it into the machines, right?
Okay. Hmm.
This is called the ATS machines.
Hmm.
So, and then it recruits it out, it screens out. There, you can find out the free ATS checkers on the
Hmm.
internet.
Hmm.
Then you can find out, okay, my resume was 44 out of 100, which
Hmm.
is not good, but okay to me,
Decent enough. Okay.
decent
Okay.
enough for me.
Okay. Okay. So one new thing which I learned today is about this ATS, and I would suggest all of you to also get that ATS checked and see through that it is above 40.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Hmm.
Generally, the ATS, if I have the permission, I can show it out to you.
Yeah,
I can
please.
participant screen sharing. It's
One
disabled.
second. Just a second. Give me a second. Yeah.
Just a second.
Yeah, sure.
Is it visible? My screen is visible?
Yes, I can see your screen.
Okay, so it's ATS checker. So this is one of the website I used.
Okay.
So start your resume. Generally, it's the entry level. I upload my resume here. Let me show. Yeah, this one.
Okay.
It's the Word document. Okay, I need to put down the
PDF only.
I guess. Whatever it is, it will tell you out the results. Okay, how much improvement is being required in the resume.
Okay.
So this you can do. It is very friendly.
Okay, understood. Got an idea.
Yeah, stop sharing.
Okay, understood. So thank you so much for that, Mr. Harsh. I got an idea about ATS thing, and even we will see what we can get help, and we will see how we can help our students also out of it. So this is one important point which you suggested. So one is see through it that you get ATS check your resume and see through that it's more than 40.
Yeah, 40, I guess it's decent enough to have.
Decent enough.
Yeah.
Okay, anything else?
One thing, be a master in some of the technological stack. Normal C, C++ may work for you, but generally, if you have the advanced technology, take an example for the cloud, machine learning, AI, cybersecurity, gaming, then it will be a plus for you.
Plus one. It's like a feather in the cap.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Another thing, many people, like all the companies ask you about tell me about yourself. So please make sure that you have a very decent amount of the introduction with you, right? Bind it with the story, right? Don't bind it in the points. If you bind it in the points now, interviewer will get, okay, they will not pay attention for it. If you bind it in the form,
it'll be boring type for them to listen to the same points again and again.
Yeah, exactly. They will not listen whatever the technological stacks you are mentioning. They will just look at one of the two key points and then they will proceed forward. If you put it in the form of the story, then it will find it interesting to the interview.
Correct. Understood. So go in that chronological order, right from your schooling to PU till engineering, and then talk about in engineering what all you did.
Yeah. What I did it, I make it out from the first year of my college. You can make a story, take an example that I was fascinated for the cloud petition, for the cloud. So I can make it out like this, that I was making a project and then I found out that there's a power named as the cloud. I become fascinated for it and then I tried to explore it out. I found out that IBM cloud is there, AWS is there, Azure is there, Google Cloud is there. I researched more upon it and found out that, okay, AWS is providing me the certificate, which is valid for 3 years. So I learned about the technical stacks and technologies available. And then I cracked the examination with the score of, take an example, 775 out of 900. So this is a story bind. I make it out. I have not make it out in the point of the points that, okay, I have done the AWS cloud petitioner. This may sound a little bit odd.
Yeah, right. Understood. Completely understood. Okay. Anything else? Any other tip, Mr. Harsh?
Greet them with this face, with smile on your face. This is very important.
Correct. Be as natural as possible and don't take pressure and just greet them. Be happy. Look happy. Be happy.
Yeah. Be as joyful as you can.
Correct. Okay. Fine. So I think we have covered almost everything. Did we miss out anything, Mr. Harsh? Or have we covered almost everything with respect to the interview?
I guess we have covered all the things.
Covered almost all. So again, I think this has gone for around 30 to 40 minutes. So I again appreciate taking out your time, energy, and your valuable knowledge that you have shared. I'm sure that this video, whoever watches, will get an idea and they will it will definitely help them to boost their preparation. And tomorrow when they get placed, they will definitely thank you for sharing your knowledge also. So again, on the front of everybody, from the viewers point of view, I thank you, Mr. Harsh, for coming out, taking out your time and sharing your knowledge and having that noble thought of helping people out. So thank you so much for that.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
Okay, so it was great talking to you, interacting with you, and we wish you all the best for your future. And with this, thank you so much again, Mr. Harsh, for coming. So this was Harsh with us, who shared his interview experience. I hope this helps you out. And with this, I and the team of Quant Master, we wish you all the very best with your preparations. If you would like to share your interview experience also, we will leave out our WhatsApp number below. You could reach out to us and share your experience and help as many people as possible. Thank you so much, people. Bye bye.